G'day guys, Matt of Zero's Play Heroes here, and I'm sorry for the delay. I actually did some videos very recently, mainly for May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, a little bit of a late statement now, but I did a Star Wars video. This one got claimed, and after a lot of nonsense of trying to get it actually up on the website, you know what, wasn't happening. So I will give you all the content without any of the visuals and sound, sadly. So the video was actually in regards to a game that gets ignored a little bit, and I think everyone should give a go if they're into Star Wars or if they're into MMOs made by the same people who made Mass Effect or Dragon Age. And what I'm talking about is Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, a lot of people have actually played the old KOTOR and the Knights of the Old Republic games that were on PC and Xbox. Now, they were great games, and this game is in the same vein. Now, initially, when it came out, it was actually an MMO. It still technically is an MMO, but there's actually not enough players on there now to be considered a massive multiplayer online game. But the thing that it had in its strength, and it still has strength in, is its RPG elements. Now, unlike, say, for example, the Goliath that is World of Warcraft, the kind of, I guess, measuring stick of MMOs as far as the last 10 years have gone, it is fully voiced, or at least for the most part, has fully voiced quests, and it's fun. And there's role playing in it that actually is role playing, and there's a little bit of a white or black, the kind of morality system in it that has the light or dark side of the force attached to it, but it's actually really, really fun. It's a great game, and to be honest, it's free to play. There are opportunities to put a bit of money into it as you feel to unlock certain parts of the game, as is with a lot of free to play games that were previously paid models have, but it is playable all the way through as far as I've seen so far, until obviously the expansion packs, to be free to play as you go. It is a lot of fun. I would recommend everyone give Star Wars The Old Republic another go. If you had a go at it before and you're like, oh, this isn't fun, just play the class quest, just play the story quests, because they are really, really good, and there's a lot of effort that's been put into them. Playing those, you level up quickly anyway. You get to move around, you get to enjoy the lore, you get to enjoy the real effort they put into this game. That's my recommendation for the Star Wars stuff. Now, just remember as well, there's some awesome sales on at Humble Bundle and GOG.com. I always recommend GOG.com because those guys sell stuff for cheap. They sell a lot of older games where they fix up their compatibility so they work on newer systems, and they sell DRM free, which is just so good. And those guys have one of the better support systems I've ever experienced, and I've enjoyed my customer service discussions with them in things that aren't exactly a lot of fun, but those guys were really, really responsive and fantastic customer service all around. Now, seriously, get out there, get some games. There's some really great games. I know Humble Bundle had things off for like 77% or something insane, which they have slightly higher prices, but they do put money to charity, so there's always that benefit there. And GOG had some really cheap games, and there's some great old ones, including Republic Commander. That is a great game that everyone should give a go if they can. Alright, this is Matt of Zero's Play Heroes. Have a great day gaming. An even better day in tech. You'll notice that way. No, that way. There we go. The Ryzen setup. I've got a video coming for that. And another one that got claimed. Cinco de Mayo. We're doing a Guacamelee video as well. Thanks heaps, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye. G'day guys, Matt of Zero's Play Heroes here, and as you can see, I'm just reclaiming my own reclaim video here. There'll be no sound for this one because that's what it actually got claimed on. But essentially, this is just a little bit of entry into Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, as you can see, there are plenty of options to actually start this game. Now, we'll start a new character here, and I wanted to play Jedi side, or the light side, or Republic, whatever you want to call them. You get a few choices at the start. There's 8 different character choices. There are 4 different characters, or 4 different classes that separate into 2 each. And they give you a description at the top, and they kind of give you an idea of what you want to play and all that type of thing. There's a few races you get to pick from. Some are actually held behind the payment wall. But once again, that's something that you can unlock depending how much money you want to actually spend on the game. You don't have to though, which is really cool. Which comes down to how you want to play, of course. Now, basically, this game is something that you shouldn't miss out on if you enjoy Star Wars. It was a little bit harder to get into initially when it first came out. It was quite a popular game, and I don't think it met the requirements of the people who came from the prior MMO of Star Wars Galaxies, and it certainly didn't meet its lofty targets of trying to really cut into that World of Warcraft market. But it actually is, and also there was the people who hoped or pretty much gave it no chance, thinking it should be the next Knights of the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic 3. It isn't that. But if you play it as an RPG only, it is actually a very, very good game. And it's free. And that's the best part about it. It's not a very intensive graphics-wise game, but it is a lot of fun. It plays really, really, really well. And if you have a Star Wars Jones or a Star Wars itch you have to scratch, seriously jump into this one. It is really, really fun. It gives you these great cinematic moments. It's voice acted very, very well. And it is a really complete and enjoyable game to go all the way through, depending on how far you want to pay. You can get up to, I believe, level 50 without having to pay a damn cent, which is really, really cool and gives you an opportunity to play a character and really understand and enjoy how their character goes, and it plays the way you want to. You make choices and they kind of reflect throughout the game. The story changes depending how you do that. Obviously the story is still quite linear, but little parts of it change, giving that real bit more of a customization, a little bit of personalization. Now, I actually played this game when it first came out. I was on beta for it. It was really, really awesome, and it actually turns into one of these games where people play it and they're like, "Oh, it's really fun," and then they kind of just let it go to the side and never jump into it again. And it feels very hard to jump back into. Now, they have improved the game where that's not really the case anymore. It's very easy just to jump back into it. They've simplified the controls, the damage, the everything. And you have companions that can fight with you or heal you all the way through. That makes it a really, really easy game to play. Seriously, give it a chance. It's a pity I didn't get to get this video up due to it getting claimed. But may the 4th be with you. May the 5th be with you if you feel like playing Sith. That is an option in this. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers heaps. Bye.
Excuse me, Sergeant. Sorry to interrupt, but you're the new member of Havoc Squad, aren't you?
I'm Farn, sir. Private Farn. It's a real honor to meet you. Ord Mantell is my first post. I can't believe I'm here at the same time as Havoc Squad.
And you're so... Or, what I mean to say is, sir, is that I wasn't expecting you to be, woman, sir. Ma'am. Sergeant.
Do you have an issue with female officers, Private?
No, of course not, Sergeant. It's just that you're so... what I mean is, never mind. If you don't mind me asking, sir, what's your mission here? Why would Havoc Squad be sent to Ord Mantell?
We're Special Forces, Private. I can't really discuss our missions.
Of course, sir. Right. I understand. Top secret stuff. I won't take up any more of your time, Sergeant. I'm sure you have lots of really important things to do.
You're dismissed, Private.
Goodbye, sir.
Yes. So if we focus our efforts on M Sector, I'm certain that... Sergeant, welcome. Good to have you here. I'm Commander Harren Tavis, Havoc Squad's commanding officer. We're all excited to have some new blood in the unit. Let me introduce you to the other members of Havoc Squad. My second-in-command, Captain Zora, is the squad's infiltration and assassination specialist. We call her Wraith.
Sergeant.
This is Fuse, Lieutenant Vanto Bazrin. He's an expert with every type of explosive in the known galaxy.
Oh, yes. Hello, Sergeant, hello. Good to meet you.
And this is Needles, Lieutenant Ryler Durant. Needles is a medical genius. He's particularly adept at synthesizing powerful new combat stimulants and adrenals.
Perfection is my art, Sergeant. It will be my honor to help you perform at your very best.
And of course you met Gearbox on your way here, so that's everyone. People, this is the new sergeant I mentioned. Rank first in the academy in forward assault, search and destroy, and advanced recon. It's good to have you, Sergeant.
I look forward to showing you what I can do, sir.
We're all looking forward to seeing you in action, Sergeant. Now, the reason we're all here. A Republic transport carrying among its cargo a ZR-57 orbital strike bomb crashed in northern Avalatan 6 days ago. Recovery units sent a team, but they were too late. Separatist forces had already stolen the transport's cargo, including the ZR-57, and fled.
Someone on our side must have tipped the Seps off.
Yes, we've considered that possibility, but we don't have time for a mole hunt. Recovering that bomb is priority one.
The ZR-57 is... well, it's serious hardware, you know? I mean, it can pretty much vaporize this whole island. So we'd better get it back, or, well, boom.
We're investigating several leads to the bomb's location, but the one I'd like you to look into, Sergeant, comes from a Republic spy named Bellis. Bellis reported making an important discovery, but he's too deep to exfiltrate for a full report. Instead, you'll rendezvous with Bellis in a nearby village called Talaran. Bellis will meet you in a small alley in Talaran. Find out what he's discovered, then return to base immediately. Understood?
I'll talk to the guy.
I have one last introduction to make. This is Lieutenant Arik Jorgen, an operations officer from the Republic's Ord Mantell Infantry Command. Since we're on individual missions to search for this bomb, Lieutenant Jorgen is coordinating our efforts from here within the mission room.
All right, Sergeant. I'll be overseeing your op through the camera mounted on your armor, so I see what you see. It's activated when you leave the fort. I'll make this completely clear, Rookie. When you're in the field, what I say goes. Period.
Commander Tavis is my CO, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Jorgen is a superior officer. I expect you to show him the same respect you would show me.
Just make your way to Talaran, meet up with Bellis, and find out what he knows without screwing anything up.
Good luck in Talaran, Sergeant. Dismissed.